Hey, Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and tonight I'm joined by
Kristian Niemann from the band Sorcerer from Sweden.
Lamenting The Innocent gets released at the end of May. How pleased are you with your third album, and have you thought about delaying its release because of what's going on in the world?
Yeah, I think there was talks about delaying it, but I think we're gonna put it out as scheduled.
How much of a progression is the new album to the crowning of the Fire King?
Well, I think you always want to do better. I hope it's a progression. I am sure some people think it's not. They think it's a step in the wrong direction. But I think the songs are better. Better choruses, better guitar playing, better sound maybe. We, as every band will say, the new records is the best. But I mean, I love Fire King. I love that record. I think it's great. And I was, always a bit nervous releasing a new one, trying to follow something up, which was pretty well received, I have to say. I'm sure we're going to get some shit for this one, but we're happy at least.
Of course, with this virus wrecking lives and everything at the moment at a standstill, have you had to cancel any gigs or tours, or is that still all up in the air?
We had to cancel one gig. We were going to play in Madrid in May, and that was supposed to be like the last gig of the Fire King sort of touring cycle, whatever you call it. So that's cancelled. But we had two gigs in Germany, with the release gig on the 29th of May, then the day after, I think, in Germany, or if that's the Sunday. Those gigs are still on. I'm not sure if they're going to stay that way or if they're going to be cancelled. Everything looks like it's going to be cancelled, but that's that. And then we have a Sweden Rock Festival the weekend after that, and that I think is still on as well. But something might happen with that too. I don't know.
Seems to be popular at the moment for bands and musicians. Is a lot of them are doing webcasts. Is that something you'd consider doing?
We are definitely going to do some sort of live thing. I think we're going to take a little different route than most, but we're not going to really, stand in a studio, stand on stage and play the songs. We're going to do something different. I don't know if it's going to be a better different or worse different, but we're going to do something different with the release thing. So we'll see what happens, but definitely something.
Lamenting the Innocent, is that a concept album?
It is a concept album, exactly. Not in a chronological sense, like, for instance, Operation Mindcrime, Every lyric deals with the whole thing of, witch burning and that kind of thing.
Can you tell me a bit about the artwork and how important that is to you as an artist?
Sure. I mean, the artwork was done by Dusan Markovic. He's done, lots of covers for bands and also for books, I think, and games and that kind of stuff. Yeah, we contacted him back in, I think, August or something, and said, because we had seen some of his stuff online, it was like blown away. I mean, there's so many good guys, girls as well, out there, doing artwork, and it's sort of hard to pick, like, okay, what type of stuff do we want? I mean, this Dusan's work is obviously a bit more like fantasy, and then you can have other people who do maybe more realistic stuff with, photographs or whatever. And it's all cool, But I think Anders, our singer, he found Dusan online and just went to town. He was like, yeah, man, we got to have this guy, I love this stuff. And we're all like, yeah, man, let's go for it. We gave him I think we just gave him the general concept of the album, what it deals with, the subject matter. And then he just came up with this. He made one sketch, and we were like, maybe not like that, maybe try a bit like this. And then on the second attempt, what you have is, what he did. So, unbelievably talented guy. Happy to have him.
How does the songwriting work within the band? Is it down to Anders, or do you all get involved?
It works like this, that me and, the instrumentalist, basically, me and Peter, the other guitar player, and of course now we have Justin in the band, the new bass player, and also Johnny, the old bass player. He's still involved in the songwriting and other stuff as well. So we have four people, coming up with riffs and song ideas and, all the music, so to speak. And then we make demos ourselves, in our own rooms, home studios, and then send them off to Anders. And what he does, he works with his co-producer friend. His name's Connie Willian. Really, really great guy. They've been working together for, I don't know, decades, doing all kinds of stuff. Take the ideas and sometimes they chop them up and change stuff around. Like, this should be a chorus. I think this should be maybe a solo section or whatever, you know. And then they put vocals on it and then send it back. And then it's like a back and forth kind of thing. Like, maybe this doesn't work. Maybe we should try like this. Maybe your chorus sounds more like a pre-chorus or whatever, you know. And maybe it goes back like that, back and forth for maybe, 3-4 times. And then we arrive at something which both of us are happy with, you know. And from there, it's like, okay, we got the song structure settled. And then he just starts writing, more melodies, elaborating on the melodies, starts writing the lyrics. And if it's my song, I start adding parts here and there, basically arranging. But the structure is there, so we know what's going to be what. Okay, this is going to be 8 parts of a verse, and then it's going to be a bridge and chorus, whatever. And it works pretty much the same with all the guys in the band. Really, prolific. Everybody writes a lot. We had shitloads of songs for this one. We had ideas at least for songs, maybe 20, 25. Something like that. We had to stop and say like, okay, now we got these 10 songs, or whatever, and then, let's focus on these. And then, I guess the rest will be up for scrutiny and inspection for the next album.
So if one of the songs from Lamenting the Innocent could appear on a soundtrack or any film or cult TV series, which one would you choose?
I guess all of them could fit, right? But a cult, I think Age of the Damned I have to pick. I think that's a good one.
With the world in isolation, who would be your ultimate 4 famous musicians to have a year in lockdown with, and why?
If I can't choose my own band.
That's cheating.
I know. That's okay. But that's a difficult question. Wow. I have to think about this. Probably, I mean, I have no idea how these people would gel together. I'm just assuming everybody would get along, and I can pick my favorite musicians. I would pick probably someone like Doug Pinnick, maybe, for a bass player / singer, from King's X. Drummer, Dean Castronovo, my favorite metal drummer. I would pick Jeff Loomis because he's so fucking good that I would just sit there and just watch him play. And I would make coffee for him or something. He could teach me all this shit. And then the singer, either like, it would be predictable, like, Russell Allen, which I love. But otherwise than that, Mike Patton. That would be awesome. Such a fucked up gang.
That would be awesome, man. That would be
that would be so weird.
Why we should check out the new album and what can we expect?
If you're at all into, it's got clean singing. That's mainly what we do. So if you're a guy who likes, growling and death metal, you should probably not check out the album because it's not going to be for you. If you like, classic Doom / metal, Rainbow, Candlemass, Black Sabbath, obviously, especially Black Sabbath with Tony Martin on vocals, Dio, that type of stuff, that's sort of where we come from, We got some newer influences as well, but I think that's basically what we do. And we got a fair bit of hooks and pretty decent choruses, I think. We really worked hard on that. I think it's got really something for everybody. We get labeled, sometimes, of course, we come from the Doom metal world, we're labeled an epic Doom band, but I think with this record, we're going a little bit more towards traditional heavy metal, we're not really a gloomy Doom band. We're kind of happy in a way, which I'm sure people are gonna not enjoy very much, sometimes we might be a bit too happy for people sometimes who wants, the real darkness and evil sounding shit. We're too happy for that, I think. If you like metal at all, just give it a chance. If you don't like it, just delete it from your Spotify playlist.
Vinyl or digital?
Digital.
ABBA or Hammerfall?
ABBA.
Small gig or festival?
I like both, but small gig.
Meatballs or beer?
Beer.
And the last one is Donald Trump or Greta?
Greta, of course. Obviously.
Any final words for your fans and our listeners?
Well, I can say we haven't been to the UK yet. Well, we've been to Wales, actually. I guess that counts. But we haven't been to England and Scotland yet. I hope we can remedy this. Hopefully this year. I would love to play there. That would be such a cool thing for us. And if anybody from UK or Scotland, England, whatever, please go to your nearest promoter and tell them about us. That would be such a nice thing. Hey everybody, this is Chris from Sorcerer, and you're listening to the Metal Gods Meltdown.